Today on Check the Technique, we're going to be discussing Hawkeye by Matt Fraction and David Aja, or Aha. Alright, the first thing I want to point out to you guys is this layout right here. Now, layout is infinite. You could have like 10 by 10 grids, you could have like 4 by 4 grids, making 16. It's all about how you use them and the way you use them. Now, look at the throwing motion. Notice how, if you were to animate it in a certain way, like the hand starts up at the top, moves downward in a diagonal direction, then it goes from the wind up to the throw to the target. Now, meanwhile, in the back, there's this expanded version of what actually is. So you can read it as one clear motion going this way, or you can start out with this, go to here, go to there, there, and then think of it like a typesetter, like a typewriter. You hit return, restart, goes this way, you follow this box to that box, same thing. Start out here, see what's going on, go to here, and finish there. So this is a good use of layout for action pages. So whenever you need something kinetic, like think about the motion of the action being described and actually try and bring it into it, because in terms of thinking of like comics as paragraphs, paragraph 1, opening statement, then like following up, next paragraph, going through all this, next this, and then it ends with that in the description. So this is just using layout. The next thing I want to show you guys in Hawkeye is this very clever page, in that, see right here, you have the newspaper cutout. It's basically a primer, so you know what's going on, like the kind of location they're at, and then you have a very clever titles page, or title credits, like just like thrown in there, nearly invisible. You see the writer's name, you see the artist, the people that work to support, like the colorist, the letterer, and all that, editors. So the whole half of the page is this. Then that's the first paragraph, and then you have here, which is a just nice, like, breaking it up so that, like, supposing that this was here and this was here, there would be a lot of negative space right in here. So you put 2 tickets on here, and the coffee stain right here was a nice touch. So then you have the next paragraph starting here with the boat, the skyline, and then this little inset panel. This book is pretty big on inset panels. Like, it's a great way of breaking up negative space, and it's great for one-liners or two-liners or something, or even setup. Alright, so what we have here is essentially a 5 by 9 grid. So in theory, there's 45 possible panels for this page, but really there's this big one right here, small one right here, plus this big one right here, which is fairly symmetrical in that you have this 3 by 3 right here, this 3 by 3 in the middle, and this 3 by 3 up top. This one is almost symmetrical because this one inset panel right here breaks it up. But in terms of having, I'm going to point out something really small right here. Now, a lot of people want to be showy and show that they can use Google Translate, or they actually speak another language and they want to put in something in another language. Now, supposing you don't know another language and all you have is the stuff on your keyboard, this right here, see this? Put it in quotation marks, put it in brackets, put it in those like less than, greater than signs on your keyboard. And just put a note or explain that what you're doing is in another language. So this is like a jokey version of it where it's like the villain is clearly French, so the word balloon is something French, which is how this character, the narrator and main character, Hawkeye, perceives it. So as long as it matches up to the narrative, you're pretty much golden when you use it. So if you want to put in a small box next to it, translated in from the French, just go with that. Okay, that's Hawkeye. So there's plenty of other things to check out. This is an awesome book. It's got a lot of good storytelling techniques. It's one of the better comics in the last decade. So if you can, check it out.